all you need to know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business. We're nearly at the end of the week, and there's so much to tell you about. Good morning, I'm Alex Matthew, and this is the daily morning update from Bloomberg Quint. Today is the 24th of January. With Union Minister Arun Jaitley currently indisposed, Piyush Goyal has been given additional charge of the Finance and Corporate Affairs Ministries. Jaitley will remain a minister without a portfolio during the period of his indisposition or till such time as he is able to resume his work. That's according to a media statement released by the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Goyal will announce the interim budget on the 1st of February, according to the Finance Ministry spokesperson. Now, the board of India's largest telecom operator approved the proposal to raise close to 25,000 crore rupees. The bulk of it will come from the promoters Vodafone Group and Aditya Birla Group. In a stock exchange notification, the company said it was looking to raise funds through a rights issue and that the infusion would be completed by March. International rating agency Moody's Investors Service has upgraded the long-term credit rating of IDBI Bank by 3 notches after the bank received fresh capital from its new promoter, Life Insurance Corporation of India. Now, the bank still remains in the non-investment grade category, but the outlook on its debt obligations has been changed to positive. In earnings, Interglobe Aviation, the operator of Indigo, returned to profitability in the 3 months ended December, aided by higher other income, a bigger foreign exchange gain, and no tax expense. The company's net profit fell nearly 75% on a yearly basis to 191 crore in the third quarter. And Bharti Infratel's third quarter profit beat estimates as Vodafone India and Idea Cellular paid exit charges for cutting down on overlapping towers after their merger in August. Lower energy and operating costs and higher rental fee also helped. And speaking about telecom, billionaire Sunil Bharti Mittal says that India's ailing telecom industry may not recover this year, but it will perhaps stop bleeding. He was speaking to Bloomberg Quint on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum at Davos. For more details on this conversation and a lot more from the Swiss Alps, do log on to the website bloombergquint.com. And here's all the top international news that you need to know about. U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said she won't let President Donald Trump give his State of the Union address in her chamber unless government agencies have been reopened, a further escalation of the feud between the two leaders. Meanwhile, White House Council of Economic Advisers Chairman Kevin Hassett has said that if the partial government shutdown extends through March, there's a chance of zero economic expansion this quarter, though humongous growth would follow once federal agencies open. The UK Parliament is inching towards a plan to delay Brexit as a way to prevent a chaotic no-deal departure. The pound rose in response. And crude oil prices fell overnight to the lowest level in almost a week as China warned of serious challenges to the global economy and as the US government shutdown continued with no end in sight. Last I checked, Brent crude was at $61.14 to a barrel. In international markets, US stocks eked out gains with the Dow rising 0.7% and the S&P 500 rising 0.2%. The Nasdaq ended largely flat but positive. In Asia this morning, the early risers are mostly positive. With that, it's over to Darshan Mehta for the trade setup for the day in India. Good morning, Darshan. How are we looking today?
Hi Alex, good morning. Good morning everyone. The US cues were muted, even global cues are not the most encouraging. SGX Nifty is also muted. Crude was down for the third day in a row. Commodities did well on the LME and even the start in China for commodities has been decent. But we are in the midst of earnings season, so Yes Bank and Ultratech Cement are the nifty companies that will report numbers today. Among the other companies that will report numbers include Biocon, Colgate, Mphasis, NIIT, PVR, Questcorp and Sterlite Technologies. In terms of numbers announced, Interglobe Aviation, a good set of numbers would return back to profits. The management says yield improved aided growth, capacity ramp up to remain strong, and focus will be there on tier 2 and 3 cities and also international. So Interglobe, decent set of numbers. Bharti Infratel, also good set of numbers, and that was aided by exit charges, higher rentals and solid cost controls. Pidilite was below estimates, at least on the operational front due to high input cost inflation. The domestic volume growth at 11% was encouraging, but overall the numbers were muted. United Spirits, bad set of numbers, much below what the market was anticipating, and weaker sales growth. The fourth quarter outlook was also cautious. The management highlighted challenges to sales growth in fourth quarter due to upcoming general election and input cost inflation. Ujjivan Services, very strong set of numbers. For the first time after demonetization, traction was witnessed on the asset side, especially with the microfinance book growing in 10% sequentially. Margins were stable and lowest provisioning was seen in the last 8 quarters, and that helped maintain profitability. Hathway Cable, Navin Fluorine, Thirumayalai Chemicals, JM Financial, Syntex Plastic Technologies, all of them reported weak set of numbers. Everest Industries, however, was strong set of numbers. In terms of other stocks, Sunil Mittal in an interview to Bloomberg Quint has said that the pricing in telecom market won't improve in 2019. Separately also said that he is willing to put in more money in Airtel to recapitalize the company. MEP Infra Developer arm enters into concession contract with NHAI for a HAM project in Maharashtra worth 570 crores. Lakshmi Vilas Bank reappoints Parthasarathy Mukherjee as the CEO and MD for the next 2 years. Persistent System will consider a share buyback proposal on Jan 27. In terms of bulk deals, Norges Bank sold in 2.6% stake in Hathway. Ratnamani Tubes will be in focus. Again, Nalanda Fund seems to be exiting a lot of companies. So Nalanda sold in 1.6% or close to 7.5 lakh shares in the company. Kotak Mutual Fund acquired these shares from the company. And finally, CESC Ventures and Spencer Retail, which were earlier demerged from CESC Limited, will relist on the exchanges on January 25th. But there's much more you need to know before trade actually starts. For that, log on to our website, bloombergquint.com, and click on the All You Need to Know tab, and you will be prepared for morning trade.
Thanks, Darshan, and thank you all for listening in. As always, there's a lot more on the website, so do check it out. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a lovely day.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you can listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma, or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.